hear you properly.
Is it happening with everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I think the network is a bit unstable. So, okay, I'll try to speak a bit louder. All right, is it okay now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
all right. So, go to level 1, click on your RAM. First option, run command. You will see two icons. One is line and another one is arc. So, we will see the first option. Now, under constraint, you have your base level as level 1, top level as level 2. These two things are fixed. Now, under edit type, when you click on edit type to see the type parameters, you will see something called RAM max slope 1 by x. And here you fill in the value of x. So, let's say I put the value as 10, 1 is to 10. Maximum incline length. What will be the maximum incline length then? What will be the maximum incline length if I have slope 1 is to 10 and the height which needs to be covered is 4 meters?
$40.
Yeah. This will be 40,000 mm. Now apply. Okay. So once you have selected the line command, click, drag, and make sure, see, this is the path of the ramp which you are creating. So click and then drag till the other extent. Now you will see three colors of lines: green, black, and blue. So green is your boundary line. Black is your riser, top and bottom. Top and bottom. And blue color is your direction of the ramp. So these are the three lines by which your ramp is created. Now you will see once you have created it, it will show you 40,000 of incline ramp created, 0 remaining. So it tells you the length of the ramp which is created. So this much is created. Now you will do OK. So now you see that this is your direction of the, like this is your ramp which is created. I go to my 3D and this is how the ramp is looking. By default, the railings are added. When you click on railing, you can actually, under properties panel, you will see railing is updated and you can actually change the type of the railing also. Now, you click on this ramp and if you want to edit something, you can edit something from here also, the material of the ramp or anything. Another thing is shape. Shape, right now thick is selected. Let's say what happens when I select solid. That will basically fill whatever is there under the ramp, it will fill that entire area. Alright, so this is what you do when you're creating ramp by using a line command. But this I created by just dragging, like making a straight ramp. What if I want to break it into two parts? Is that possible? Yes. Go to ramp, run, line command is selected, click. There's a reason why Revit allows you to create, like to show the measurement of the ramp which is created. So let's say you have 20 meters, this much you want to create first and then click. So this much is created. Then drag your cursor, again click and create it like this. Revit will automatically make a landing for your ramp for the basically to join the two segments of the ramp. Revit will automatically create a landing. So now after you're done with creating the, like after you're done with creating two segments of the ramp, do OK. And then in your 3D you will see that this is the part, this is first segment, landing, then another segment. Also, one more important thing, that when you're creating any ramp which you have created, you have this small arrow. So you can click on that arrow to flip the direction of the ramp. You see, it got flipped. The direction of the ramp got flipped for this one. So under flow plan, you have this, when you click on the ramp, you will get this small arrow to flip the direction of the ramp.
Ma'am, what if I want the turning point like in a circular way or something?
What if you want the turning point like this landing?
Yeah, the landing in a circular way, not
Just
in the...
edit the drawing. You will see how to sketch the drawing. So you can edit the drawing also. At the end of the day, this is a sketch only, no? This part, edit sketch. So you can edit the sketch.
Okay.
Okay. So this was about the straight ramp. That's why we were using the line command. Another preset, which is, these are the presets. So another preset for ramp which we have is arc. Click on this. Now, this is going to be a bit tricky. So pay attention. Over here, first click is to define the center of the arc. Then drag to give the radius. Then click and see. Even over here, you can create the entire thing by bringing your, like, this is your cursor, no? You're defining the path of the ramp. So either you can go till the other extent and create it like this and do OK. Or you can also break this into two parts, just like we did in the previous one. So center, drag, click, drag, again click, then again define your center, then again drag to decide the radius, and then create the ramp. Okay. So your ramp, this one is a complete arc and this one is a broken one, broken into two segments. I'll repeat this circular one again. Pay attention everyone. Go to ramp, choose the arc command. Now, first click is to define the center of the arc. Second is to drag your cursor and define the radius. Now click. Now you have to drag to create the path of the ramp. Now either you can go till the other extent and do OK, or you can click, create half of it, then click, then again repeat the same process. Again click to create a center, drag to see the radius, and then again click and create. Okay. So these are the two presets for ramp which are going to be available. Now we will see another way, which is the customized method of sketching a ramp. Click on ramp. Now we know that there are three types of lines in ramp. One is your boundary, riser, and then one was blue line to define the path. So over here, what you have to do, now your boundary is there and riser is also there. So click on the boundary. Now you have this line command. Create the green lines, boundary lines. Now you have to make sure that these two green lines shouldn't be intersecting or overlapping. They need to be parallel to each other. They shouldn't be intersecting or overlapping. And the riser is going to connect the starting and the end point of the ramp, like this. and then do OK. Now, you see in your 3D that your ramp is created like you wanted it to. Okay. Now, after this, I want all of you to pay attention to another part, which is how to create a ramp of a specific shape. What if there is a specific shape in which you want to create the ramp? How do you do that easily? I'm going to show you an easy method of doing that. You have something called model line. Okay, there is something called model line. Click on model line. Now, model line is going to act as a reference line. Even in your 2D floor plans or 3D view, it will be visible. And it's only going to act as a line. That's it. So now what I'll do is I will create a hexagon. And I will also give offset like this. Now, again, go to ramp, go to boundary. Pay attention over here, everyone. This is important. Now, what I'll do pick line. Creates a line based on an existing wall, line, or edge selected in the drawing area. So, click on this. This is going to select my lines which are already there in the drawing area. Now I just have to click on riser and connect the starting and this end point of the ramp. Now do OK. Your ramp has been created. These are just the reference lines which were there. So you can always create such reference lines if there's a specific type or a diagram like which is there for your ramp which you have already designed, and if you want to follow that, you can follow that by using pickline command. Okay, so this was your ramp. Now we will see staircase. So when I click on staircase, now can anybody tell me what all are the things which are important when we are designing a staircase?
Height, trader and riser.
Yes, exactly.
Riser and tread.
Yeah, the height which the staircase is going to cover and the tread and the riser. And there's a specific rule for the staircase also, which is already inbuilt in Revit. Now, what will happen when you click on run? So again, these are your presets. These 5 are your presets. And the 6th option is your sketch. So let's just see all these presets. Now, the first one is selected, straight. And over here, let's say I take the monolithic staircase. Now my levels are there, level 1, level 2. And my desired number, desired height is there. You can see something called actual riser height is 173.9. I want to change this. So go to edit type. You see that actually maximum riser height is given as 180. But in this one, we see actual riser height as 173.9. Why is this? Because what Revit does, depending on whatever, there's a reason why it is called maximum riser height. Because this is the maximum Revit can go for the value. Otherwise, because all the risers need to be equal, so Revit can make it in like equally divided, and then whatever will come close to 180, it will take that. So that is what has happened. 4,000 meter has been like equally divided and all those things are done. And then it is coming as 173.9 and 23 desired number of steps. Let's say I make it 200. Apply. Okay. Okay. So see, now it is 4,000. Desired number of steps is coming as 20. Actual riser height is 200. Now it's coming the same. Why? Because 200 can be properly divided by 4,000. That's why total number of desired step is coming as 20. Now, how you create a staircase? Again, same thing what we did for ramp. Click and then drag. Now over here, it's going to tell you how many risers are already created. So you can either create the entire thing and then click again and then click on the green tick. Your staircase is created. Or you can click on the staircase. The first one is selected. Click. Let's say you want 10 risers to be created now. Then click, then drag, and then again create. So see, landing is created. This is one flight. This is another flight. So your staircase is also created. Now, this was the straight staircase command. Now we will see the full step spiral. So click on this. Then similar to what we did for the circular, for the arc form of ramp, first click, you have to define the center. Then you have to define the radius. And then click. The entire thing is created. In this one, it doesn't give the option of creating a break and landing and then breaking it into segments. Second option, it's going to be just define the center, decide the radius, and that's it. So now when I see in my 3D, I see the spiral staircase. Okay, now again coming back to level 1. I'll go to stair. Second option we saw that we don't have the option of creating, showing like breakage between the flights. It will be one continuous flight. Only center and radius we can define. Now the third option. Here again click, define the radius, but in this one your risers can be defined, that how many risers you want in one arc. Then again click, again decide the center, and then create another line, another flight. So one flight is there, landing, then another flight. Okay. So see, this is your basically your landing which is created over here. So this is the third option. Third option gives you the benefit of breaking the staircase into two parts. Second one won't let you break into segments. First is a straight one, but it will let you break into segments. Now, the fourth and fifth options which are there, L-shape winder and U-shape winder. Now, these are going to be presets which can't nothing can be changed. This is the L-shape. Number of steps are there. You can change obviously the thickness, the width of the width of the steps. That's it. Rest everything is going to be same as it is, and you just have to click to place it. So this is step number 1, this is step number 20, and this is your staircase. It doesn't have landing, it has all the winders and all. So this is L-shaped winder. Then you have U-shaped winder. Even this, you can't edit anything, just place it. So these are the five types of presets which are there for you. One is straight, another one is spiral, which can't be divided into segments. Third one is a spiral one, but it can be divided into segments. Fourth and fifth are nothing can be changed, only the width of the staircase and the basic type of the staircase can be changed. Other than that, nothing can be added. So these are the five types of presets. Now again we will come to create sketch. Create sketch is going to be again creating the entire staircase. So click on this create sketch option. Now over here, again it's similar to what we did in ramp. We will first create the boundary, then riser, and then we will give something called staircase path, stair path. So let's start. This is my boundary. So let's say I just create something of whatever shape I want. And then I have to give the riser. Now I have to make sure that riser is going to join both the boundary lines. So now riser can be of any shape. If you want something like this, you can make something like this. If you want to just offset, you can offset. Another thing is there, Revit will keep telling you how many risers are created and how many are left. So see, 4 are remaining. Okay, 4 are remaining. Now all the risers are created. I'll just do OK. Okay, it was a straight one, so by default, Revit has given a stair path. So I'll create it again. Basically, the stair path which you will create, you click on the stair path and then you start creating a stair path. This is the stair path. It has to pass through all the risers, all the steps. Make sure your stair path is passing through all the risers. And then do OK. And your staircase would be created. Even for the staircase, you can do the same thing. That basically you're creating a reference line using the model line command, and then using pick line to define the boundary, and then create the steps and then the stair path. So your staircase would be created. So this was your staircase and your ramp. Now railing, there is something called railing as well. Railing, it's very simple. You just have to sketch it. Like basically you just sketch your railing and your railing is created. It's like a 2D drawing which you do and your railing is created. Okay. Later we will see how we can actually change the details of, like, let's say the baluster placement and all these things. We'll be able to change all these things also by adding profile, and these things we can change. So later we will see how to add different types of profile for the railing. We will see later. Okay, now let's just delete this. So that was your ramp staircase, because these two are going to be really important while you're dealing with the circulation part. All right, and what you also learned, you also learned about the model line, which can be used as the reference line for all of you. Now, after doing this, there is another important thing which I want you all to understand. See, right now we have completed the build part, and the circulation option. Now I'll show you what is room and area. So let me just go to level 1, and I will create a very basic floor plate. First, the floor boundary I'll create. Then I'll go to wall. I'll do pick line, change the location line to finish face exterior, and then tick on these lines. And create, basically what I'm trying to do is create rooms.
खबर का नहीं है फोन मारो मम्मी
Okay, over here I'm trying to create rooms. Now remember this room bounding option. Now this has to be turned on for all the walls. Like by default it will be ticked, but remember for hello. Am I audible, guys? I think I lost the connection in between. Am I audible now?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So yeah, as I was saying that I'm just trying to make a basic floor plan layout. And in this, I have created these walls. And remember the room bounding option, which I had mentioned that it should be checked only. Don't uncheck it. We will see now why is that important. So that should be checked, and just create a basic plan over here. By pressing on the space bar, you can flip the door like this. All right. Now you have created the rooms in your floor. In your level 1, you have created your rooms. So what you have to do is pay attention to this part. Go to room and area. Go to room. Okay. Now understand what it does. Creates a room bounded by model elements such as walls, floors, and ceiling, and separation lines. So whichever area it will see is bounded by the walls and floor and ceiling, it will consider that as room. So this is one part. See, it is highlighting the entire enclosed space by blue color. So this is your room. Now click. And this entire thing will be created into one room. Now again, this part also you can click. Even over here you can click, 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 and again click. So all these rooms are created. You can see now room 1, room 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now all these rooms are created and you can even go and change them. Like see, you can click. These are called the room tags. These names and numbers are called room tags. So you can click on them and you can type it over here. Let's say study room. See, whenever you're editing the room tag of any room, the entire room is highlighted by red. Okay, so these many spaces I have named. All these rooms I have named. Now this one, this L-shaped space which I have, here I want this part to be dining and this much part to be living. But I don't want to put any physical barrier over here. I just want to segregate the space. How can I do that? Pay attention to this command. I'll go to room separator, this option, room separator. It basically creates the separation in a huge space by not having any physical wall element. So click on this. Now you just have to draw a line for separation. So you can draw it like this. And now you will see this room is only restricted to this much of area. Okay. Now again, when you go to room and see, this entire space is considered as a separate entity. So you can click. All right. Now click on this one.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
ma'am, even after that, the extra room is created, room number 10. In that, don't we need a double wall on the upper side? Because it's a single line, right? Again.
Single line. What single line? The room separator.
Okay, just a separate. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. No, I don't want any physical separation. Only in the plan,
Yes.
whenever, let's say, an open kitchen and dining space you are creating. So you don't show
Yeah,
any
that's
physical barrier, no? You just show it by the segregation of space.
yeah, okay.
Yeah. So this is my living room. And then this is my dining area. So only one single line will be there. Now, even if you want to create a veranda in the front of foyer, let's say a foyer which you want to create or whatever, you just want to mark, let's say there is certain area over here which you want as the veranda. So you can actually create it, mark it in the plan like this. And then when you use the room tag over here, you can actually tag it and name it as veranda. So room separator is going to be very useful for places where you're not planning to have like any physical barrier like a wall.
Ma'am?
Yeah.
Ma'am, this is Kirtana, ma'am. I couldn't join all this time because that link was showing like that, ma'am. Just now I joined, ma'am. How to cope up, ma'am?
It's okay, Keetan, I'll just follow up whatever I'm saying. And then anyway, today I'm going at a high pace because we have to wrap up the class in today and tomorrow's session. So if you have any problem, then just drop me a message.
Ma'am, just explain from the text, no, ma'am.
What?
From the
Okay,
text,
it's okay. Leave this part, Keetana. Anyway, it's going to get over. So I can't repeat again. I don't have time today. So just go through this. It's easy only. You'll get it. Don't worry.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Has anybody else not able to join or something?
I think many, ma'am.
I just joined in, ma'am.
Even me, ma'am. Just now I joined.
Oh, just now you joined, is it?
Yeah. There was an issue, ma'am. We are unable to join.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't see the message. That's why I sent this thing again. And okay, fine. It's okay, guys. Just go through the video, and if you have any doubt, then just let me know. Because anyway, today we are jumping topics. Like we have a lot of topics to cover, so no problem. Okay. All right. So this part, yeah, as I was saying, that I have created the rooms and I have tagged the rooms. So and also you guys actually in the 9 o'clock batch also this part is completed. So there won't be. You guys just go through the video and just drop me like whatever doubt you have. Just drop me the message. Okay. Otherwise, I would have asked you all to join the 9:30 batch, but then they have also covered this much topic. Anyway, okay. So now all these room tags are there. Now I have tagged all the rooms. I have used the room separator. Everything is there. Now what needs to be done? Room separator and room tag. We have used all these things. Now go to annotate. There is something called annotate. Here you have all the annotation option for your plans, for your drawings. Everything will be there under annotate. Now what I'm going to do is choose the color fill legend option.
Ma'am?
Yeah.
Sorry, ma'am. For one room, can you show, ma'am? For one part, like you have written for kitchen, no? For particular,
Okay.
for that one thing, can you redo it?
Yeah. 1 second, I'll do it. See what is happening. Let's say you go to you have created this floor plan. Go to room. It is going to create a room bounded by model elements such as walls, floors, and ceilings, and separation lines. So you click on this, and when you bring your cursor in any enclosed area, it will create a room for you. That's it. It will have a room tag which you can edit. You can give the name, whatever you want. You can give the name. And your room tag will be prepared. And this is something called room separator. So room separator is to create spaces in which you don't want any physical wall. So you're just drawing that much of area, and then when you use the room tag command over it, it will actually create it as a room. So let's say I have mixed it up. This one will be dining room, and then this one is going to be living room, and this one will be my veranda. This portion I have created by using room separator. Even over here, I have this room separator line only because I didn't want any physical barrier between the living area and the dining area. So I just used the room separator command to create a line and create separate rooms. Now, another important thing over here is when you click on the room tag, these are called the room tags. the name and the number are called the room tags. You will see under properties, I can actually change the room tag into room tag with area, room tag with volume. So let's say I want to change it to room tag with area. So see what it does, what Revit does, it will display, the room tag will display the room name, number, area also. Area will also be displayed. Now an easy way of changing all the room tags at once into room with room name with area is, now again pay attention to this command because this is going to be helpful for all of you. Click on this, right click, you will have something called select all instances and then visible in view. Click on this. It will select all the similar entity which are visible in the view, and that's it. Now if you change the property to room tag with area, all will get changed at the same time. Okay, so room tag, you have to make sure that you're changing, like whenever you want to change, if you want to show the area or something, you just have to change the property of the room tag. You can also click on the room tag and do edit family. If you want to change the font or something, you can click and you can do edit type, change the font, color, height, all these things can be changed. Just like any other text box, you can change all these things and then again load into the project and it will be changed. So this is all about the room tag. Now once your room tag is done, once you are done with tagging all the spaces, what you need to do is, as I was saying, I was in annotate. Under annotate, you have color fill legend. Color fill legend is going to create a color legend of all the rooms which is there in your floor plan. So click on this. When you bring your cursor, it says no color scheme assigned to view. How to assign the color scheme? Just click and place that box. Basically a dialog box will pop up. In this, under space type, you have to choose rooms. Space type, rooms. Color scheme, based on the name of the rooms. So I make sure of doing this, otherwise you will not get it. Space type, rooms, color scheme, name. Because all these were room tags and I want to segregate all of them by based on their names. So room tags are names and do OK. Your room legend is created. Okay, now if you click on this room legend and let's say your different colors are there for your plan, your different colors are there, a room legend is prepared on its own. Now you want to edit the color of the rooms. How to do that? Click on this, go to edit scheme. Again, see, once your room legend is created, click on room legend, go to edit scheme. Now in this one, you can actually click on the color and you can edit whatever changes you want to make in the color, you can make it. Even the pattern you can change. If you want any particular pattern you want, you can give that pattern, apply, OK. And if two spaces have the same name, then let's say this one, if I make it as bedroom 1, even this will have the same pattern. Because based on the name only, we have the colors or the patterns over here. So this command is going to be really helpful for all of you when you're trying to create a floor plan for the presentation purpose. Let's say for presenting it to, yeah?
Ma'am, is there any option, for example, if I'm having the same name, bedroom 1 and bedroom 1, but I want to give the different colors. Can I do that or no?
No, because that's how you're defining the colors, no, based on the names.
Okay, and ma'am, what about the line weights we have? Do we have line weights in this?
Yeah, you have line weights that will come in the later stage. Basically, line weights right now it's all by default, it is set, but then later you will see that there is something called line weight as well.
Okay.
Now, once you're done with creating your room legend, once you're done with all the rooms, spaces getting colored and a legend being prepared, you're like, this part is done. Now, it will be very easy for you to, like tomorrow we learn how to create a sheet, how to just use it in a sheet, and then, you can go about it. You can create a presentation sheet out of it. So this is a very easy way of doing it. Now this was your how to create a room legend out of your entire floor plan. Now I'll delete this. Just 1 minute, guys.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Hmm?
This is just for presentation, right? Just for identification. This is not rendering, right?
This not. I mean, this can be called rendering. In rendering, floor plan rendering, this is what we do, right? We give different colors
Yes,
to
ma'am.
different spaces, and that's it.
But ma'am, we do present the realistic looking ones, ma'am. That is different.
But then that, if you want that, then you will have to do it through Photoshop or any rendering software.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Hmm?
can't we render it using gradient, ma'am? Like shading and all?
No. Basically, in this, either you have the solid fill. You saw, no? Those are the patterns. Solid fill, different patterns. All those things are
Patterns,
there.
that's all, ma'am.
Yeah.
Patterns or solid fill,
Because
that's
you
all right,
never
ma'am.
have gradient as a legend. Understand this. This is a legend which you're preparing.
Okay.
Okay. So now we will see another very important part in any project, which is a site. How to create a site. So for this, you have to go to your site plan first. Make sure that you go to your site plan first. Under floor plans, go to your site plan. Otherwise, it will show you the error that in this view, it can't be created. So make sure you go to the site plan under floor plans. Okay. Now, once you have opened your site, go to massing and site. Click on massing and site. Here you have something called topo surface. Topo surface is there. Click on topo surface. Now any site which is there, you can place points to create that site. So let's say you start placing the points. Right now, see, whatever point you place for any site, the elevation is important, right? So for now, the elevation is 0. And I will start placing the point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have placed 6 points. And when I do OK, and let's say I turn on the shaded mode, I can see my site. But you will see that in Revit, it's like a piece of paper. The site is like a thin piece of paper. That's what it shows. It doesn't show any filling under the site. But when I go to the site plan, and in the site plan, if you go to view, click on section command and create a section like this. Okay, I think you guys don't know the section, how to create the section yet, right?
We got it, ma'am. Yesterday I thought it.
Okay, so for section, see, click on the section, click, drag. Now this is going to be the blue dash line, which is going to define how much area is going to come under your section. So you have to make sure that this entire area is under your blue dash line. And that's it. You can even flip it by clicking on this double arrow, and your section line is ready. Now how to enter your section?
Ma'am,
Yeah.
please repeat, ma'am, that section part.
See, and also Kirtana, today I can't repeat much because I'm running tight on the schedule. So I'll just show it once, and if you have any doubt, then just go through the video. And while you're watching the video, if you still can't understand, then just let me know. Okay? Because I want to finish off in today's and tomorrow's class. So see, I'll show it again since you have mentioned now. Click on section, click, drag, click again. This is the blue dash line which is going to define the part which is going to come in your section. Now just drag it. So now this much area is going to come in your section. And this basically this double-sided arrow is to flip the section. Now if I want this side section, I'll have to increase the extent and all those things I'll have to do. But let's say I want this side section. And that's it. Then click somewhere outside. Now your section line is created, but how to get into the section? This circle, double click on this circle. Now you will see that in this, this is basically a crop region. So, okay. So under here, you can see these hide crop region, turn on crop region. So for every view, you have a crop region. Okay, either you can turn off your crop region, turn on your crop region, and you can edit how much area, how much of the view should be seen in your window. So you can edit the crop region, then turn it off like this. Now, in the section, you will see that you will get the rammed earth filling underneath the site. Okay, like this, it was not like when I was looking at it in the 3D. When I was looking at it in the 3D, then it was nothing was visible underneath the site. But in my section, I can see the rammed earth filling under the site. Now, another interesting thing which I'll tell you, that just like when we had cut the section in the plan, and then like in a 2D drawing, I can see the rammed earth filling. What to do in the 3D? How can I get a section in the 3D view? So turn on your section box. Now, when you cut your site through the section box, you will see the underneath filling. So your underneath filling is going to be shown only when your section box is there and you're cutting through your section box. Basically, a site is going to show you a underneath filling only when you cut a section through it. Now, this is your section. This is your section box. You can even hide it. Right click, select all, hide and view element. And your site is ready. 3D sectional view of a site is there. Okay. If you want to turn off the section box, you can just uncheck it and it will go away. Now, another thing which is there, you have your site created. Everything is there. I'll just remove the section line. One very important point which you have to keep in mind, like say I have created a section line now. That means a section is created. Project Browser will automatically update a folder named section, and under that I will have my section. So even from here, I can I can click on this and go to my section. So this is the benefit of Project Browser. It's like a content page for a project. It will have all the whatever new elements are getting created, it will add that in a folder. So now let's say I delete this and I have this site. So once your site is created, click on the site, do edit surface. Once you do edit surface, all your points are highlighted. Whatever points you use to create the site, all the points are highlighted. Now click on each point and you will see that the elevation is there. You can change the elevation also. Let's say this one, I want to click on this one and I will make it 5,000. See, the contour lines got updated. Then again click on this one and make it 4,000. Even over here, let's say you want to make it 4,000. This one, make it 3,000. Even over here, I'll make it 2,000. So the contour lines are created accordingly. And then when I do OK, 3D, I can see a sloping site like this. Now, can anybody define the contour lines for a sloped site, or has anybody ever worked on the contour site?
Yes, ma'am.
So what does the contour line mean?
Like
Levels.
levels.
The level difference.
What?
It shows the slope and the level difference.
Yeah, it shows basically there are points on the slope. Now all the point which have the same elevation, create one contour line. So all the points which have same elevation will connect together and create one contour line. That's what it is doing. Over here, this is the line which has all the points having same elevation. So that is what it means by contour line, and that is the important role of elevation while you are doing when you are dealing with the site. Okay, now right now I have changed the elevation of all the points. So how do I again go into that? Click on this, go to edit surface, and then you will check for the height of all the points. I can also do one more thing. For now, only points are added to the periphery of my site. Let's say this one is 5,000, this one is 4,000. Now, if I go to place point, give the elevation as 4,000, and I start placing it, see, my line got created using these lines only. Now, if I change it to 3,000, my lines will start getting created depending on the points. So this is how the contour lines are created. Okay, so now when I check in my 3D, my site has a slope. Now this is how you create your slope site. You basically change the elevation of the points which are going to be there used for your site. Now another interesting thing is, when you click on this, and there is also an option of create from import. So if anybody would have worked in a sloped contour site, so what is the first thing which is done? There is site survey, right, done by any engineer, site engineer.
Yes,
They
ma'am.
will provide you with the contour lines, the contour points of the site. So you can automatically, like right now we are creating our own site. Now if you have the contour points placed in different levels and all those things, the file is prepared. There's a special file for contour lines in AutoCAD. If that is prepared, you can just create for import and select import instance. By this you can create it. Okay, by this you can create it. We have, yesterday we learned how to import the CAD file, no? Yesterday or day before yesterday?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So that's how you import a CAD file which has the 3D contour lines, and then automatically this option is going to read your imported contour lines. So that's how you can create something out of whatever is imported. You can create something through that. Now once you're done with this, do OK. Now your site is created. Now can anybody tell me how do we go about the construction in a slope site?
Cutting.
Cutting and filling,
Cutting and
ma'am.
filling.
Cut and fill, right? Cut and fill is there. So that's what, when we are doing cut and fill, what happens is you're basically providing, at the end of the day, you want a plain surface to be there on which the building can be placed. There should be at least one level on which the building can be placed. So that's what we do. We create building paths. Those are called the building paths. Now, how do you create a building path on a slope site? Now go to massing and site. You have something called building path. Click on building path. Now you have to create the boundary line. So how do you create the boundary line? Now you are in the drafting mode. You have to choose any line and draft your building path and do OK. Now your building path is nothing but a piece of flooring which is there. See, path, edit type, even the thickness is there. You can change the structure in the similar manner like you used to do for flooring and everything. And right now the level is level 1. I can change it to level 2 also, like this. And then I can give some offset also, like this. See how it is emerging from the side. Okay. So this is your building path which is created.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
What if we have a AutoCAD site plan readily drafted, and can we import it to Revit and do the same, ma'am?
Yeah, that's what I said, no? If you have a AutoCAD plan for any slope site also, that's what you have to import, and then you have to create a site using the AutoCAD plan.
Okay, ma'am. We have to import the contours and then create the site, no?
Yeah, you have, because the site plan which you will be having will have the contour lines also. You have to
Yes, ma'am.
import the contour line file, and then you have to do by creating, by selecting the, you have this option, no? Select import instance. That's what you have to do. And it will automatically select all the imported instance contour line.
Okay.
So now, once your building pad is created, right now it is coming right out of the site. These things are coming right out of the site. What if I want to show a gradual slope from the building pad to the site? I want the building pad to be gradually coming out of the site. How to do that? So now this is going to be one important point. So pay attention, everyone. First, check at what level the building pad is created. It is at level 2 and it has 1000 of offset also. That means at 5000 level it is created. Now go to site, edit surface. You want to place points at 5000 height. This is an important step. Elevation make at 5000. And then place your points at the boundary of the building pad. Now you're creating a contour line which is around the building pad, like around the periphery of the building pad, so that the site is going to mold like this. It is going to gradually come out of the building pad. Okay, so this is how your site is going to look like. What I did, I just went to the site, I did edit surface, I added these points along the periphery of the building pad at the level at which building pad is created. So all these points are at elevation 5000, which is the height of the building pad. Now, once the building pad is created, you have to go and click on sub-region. Now I'm going to divide. I want to create different segments in my site. So click on sub-region and then draw. Let's say you have something like this. Okay, and then okay. See what is happening now. This is a separate part. It's like no elevation, nothing. It's like it's the part of the site only, but it will be a separate entity. But when you select the entire site, even this will be selected. So that's why it is called a sub-region. The entire site is the region, and this is a sub-part of the entire site. Now, this one, this sub-part which is there, just change the material. Let's say you want something, some random material I'm giving. You can even change the material of this subpart. So it is very easy when you're making roads and all, the sub-region option comes very handy for any, like, let's say any sloped area or anything. This will be very helpful. Okay, so these two commands are going to be very helpful for you whenever you're making the site, the building pad option and the sub-region option. Okay, so these two are important. Now, again, another important thing which I'll tell you on is how to get your another Revit file, another building linked to current Revit file. So for now, what do you guys think? I have the details of one file over here, one building over here. Can I have two buildings in the same file and add all, like have all the details? Is it possible?
Yes.
How? So you're saying that I can have all the plans, elevation, everything of two buildings in one project file.
Import.
No, you can't. Because Revit is very specific, no? Levels and all. It is all going to be related to one building only. But what you can do is you can link another Revit file. You can have the 3D model of that file linked to your current file. So you won't have these details, but you will have the 3D part of that building. So now we will see how to do that. Under Insert, you have something called Link Revit. Click on Link Revit, and over here, let's say this is one of my projects. I'll click on this and I'll open. See, right now I can't see where the file has been placed because the origin must have gotten messed up. So it's okay. How to get it? Do right click and do zoom to fit. See, over here you have your this is your imported file. This is your imported file. Now, you will see that you can't change anything. You can just move it and all, but when you click on this, it is all selected in blue. And it will tell you that the name of the file is linked Revit model project 1, and you can't do anything. You can't edit it or anything. You can just move around, and in 3D you can see it, but that's all. You can just see it, you can't edit it. So under project browser, there is something called Revit links. Now click on the plus sign next to the project, next to the Revit link, the plus sign. This helps you to branch out any folder. So click on plus sign, you have your project 1. This is my project 1. So under Revit link, you are going to have all the linked files which are there linked to this current parent file. You will have all the linked files. Now, what if I want to make any changes in this project? How to do it? Click on the project1.rvt. Now, right click and then do open and unload. Open and unload. So you do open and unload. Now here you will see that you cannot use the undo redo button after unloading, but the link may be so you have to do OK. Just saying that your linked file is getting unloaded from the current file and you're opening it. So do OK. Now over here your file has opened. Now in the, let's say I turn on the 3D. Or see, this is the reason. This is where my origin is and this is where the model is placed. Okay, see, there is some mistake over here. So let's say I'll correct this part. I click on both the walls and I will do attach top and I have corrected this. Now, I have done this correction. Now what I want to do, I want to load it back into the project, the main project file. How do I do it? Save it, close it first. Then when you come to your main Revit file, you will see that there's a red cross next to the project1.rvt file. Now click on this, right click, do reload. You will see that your entire project has been reloaded. And with the changes, like right now you can't see those walls popping out of the roof. So this is how you can get your Revit file. You can change the Revit file and then again reload it back into your current project file. Okay, but always make sure that you go here, open and unload. Then again when you come back, you right click and do reload. So this is how you can create you can link various Revit files together. Okay, now I'll close this thing, I'll delete it, remove link. Now what I'll be doing is, now we will see the different types of presentation which are there in Revit. So basically, let's say your different visual styles which are there and all these things we will see. So you can actually, okay, let's just go to level 1 and create a simple whatever you want. You just create some floor, a floor and some walls. I will create some walls also. So this is basically I have created a roof and walls and floor bound, a shell of any house, the exterior part of any house. Now this is done. Now why I wanted to create it? Because I wanted to show you the different visual styles which are available in your Revit. So we have already known the hidden and the shaded portion, but again I'll make you go through all the options. So let me just hide this. So under this panel, which is over here, this bottom ribbon, one is scale, next to it is the detail level, which we have already seen. Then we have something called visual style. You have first is wireframe, in which all the edges will be there and no surface is going to be there. Then you have hidden line, like this. Then you have shaded. Then you have consistent colors. Basically, the difference between shaded and consistent color is in shaded you will have, like, depending on the side and all, this will be darker, this will be lighter, like that, you know, depending on the shadow and all, it shows different shades of a color. So that's why it is named as shaded. But in consistent color, it will just show one consistent color throughout the model. Like for one material, it will be one consistent color. Now, you have another thing is you have something called realistic. Click on realistic. Now, whatever material you have used, the realistic view of that material is going to be appearing on your screen now. But realistic takes up a lot of time to load. So generally we don't work in realistic mode. We prefer working in either hidden line or consistent colors. Now there is also something called ray trace. Now ray trace is basically a draft render view of your model. This is how your model is going to look like if you take the render. So that's what it will show, the draft render view of your model. Now, but you can't model in this one. I mean, you can't edit anything. It's just like an image. So it's actually useless. This one is useless, and that's why I think in 2021 they have also removed this option. So now again go back to hidden line, and you see this option. Now, what if I want whatever I'm seeing over here? Okay, now this is without shadow and anything. So how to turn on the shadow? Again, go to the visual style. You have something called graphic display option. Click on that. Go to shadows. Turn on cast shadow and show ambient shadows. Apply. OK. See, your shadows are casted. Now you have this circular, the sphere option is also there. You can click on it to turn off the shadow, click on it to turn on the shadow. Okay, that's a shortcut. Now you have something called sun path. So this is a very useful command which Revit gives you. It gives you the option of creating your own sun path diagram, like generating the sun path diagram. So click on the sun path option and turn on sun path on. It will ask you whether you have some specified project location or do you want to change, like continue with the current setting. So let's just go with the current setting. Now the dial has appeared, the sun dial is there, but there is no sun path, only the dial is there. For that you have to go to sun path, sun setting, and here check on the still option, still command. Don't choose all these, just choose the still option, because these are useful for getting the solar analysis done and everything. We have to choose the first option. Here you can change the location, date, time, everything you can change. So let's say I make it 10 in the morning, date is there, Now, ground plane at level. This basically decides which is going to be your ground plane. On what level should you cast, should a building cast its shadow? Because clearly it's not mentioned which is the ground plane or whatever in Revit project browser. So it will ask you which is your ground plane. Explain which is your ground plane, and then you can choose the level which is your ground plane and tick it. That's it. Apply, okay. See, your sun path is there. Now you can actually click on the date and you can, change it. Like let's say December, so the entire thing will change. You can change the position of the sun by clicking, by changing the time. Like this. So this is going to generate your sun path diagram. Okay, this is your sun path diagram. Now, other than this, there is one very, like now we know how to turn on our shadow, how to turn on our sun path, everything is there. Even the visual styles we know. Now, what if I want this exact view to be saved in my project so that I can use it later? How to do that? So, just 1 second. Okay, so now over here, you have your sun path diagram, shadow is there, visual style we have seen, we have chosen this visual style, and I want this exact view to be saved to my project browser. How do I do that? Pay attention to this one, everyone. There is the small house icon. Small house icon, click on this and do save orientation and lock view. We are going to save this orientation and lock this view. Click on this. You can name it. And as I had mentioned earlier, Project Browser automatically creates the folder for whatever visuals or whatever views we have. It will create a folder for that. So now 3D views is there. When you click on it, you will get the sun path diagram. Whenever you see this plus sign, that means something is like there are branches to this folder. So like if I click on this, that means when I click on it, there will be branch to this folder. So this is how you generate your view from whatever is there in your screen. Okay. Now this has been named as sun path diagram. So now when I again go to my 3D view, it will be back to the normal default setting. So these settings which I did, these are going to be restricted to only one view in which I'm doing. So let's say when I go to my floor plan, in this one there wouldn't be any sun or shadow, but I can turn on the shadow, sun path, everything over here as well. Okay, even over here I can turn on the sun path and everything can be there. So for each and every view, when I'm saying view, it doesn't mean I'm talking about only 3D view. View means everything, floor plan, ceiling plan, elevation, sections, everything. And then 3D view means the 3D, three-dimensional view. These are the two-dimensional views. Rest views are two-dimensional views. So for each and every view, the setting has to be done. Okay, now, yeah.
What is the use by the sun path shadows and all, ma'am?
You have never used the sun part diagram to show in your either in your client meeting or in your project sheet in college?
No, ma'am.
So
I've
basically,
done B in civil, ma'am.
oh, okay. So basically, whenever you're doing a project, and let's say you're doing the site study and everything, and you have to show the how the shadow of building is going to be there, how is it going to fall in the site. So sun path diagram is a very important diagram when you're studying the impact of building on the site.
Okay, ma'am. Only for presentation purpose.
Presentation and analysis purpose. It's very important for designing also.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Yeah. So now after this part, like you know how to create, how to freeze this entire view. Now we will learn another important thing, which is exploded view. We can also create exploded view. How to do that? Now go to your default view, okay? Default 3D view. Go to default 3D view. Click on any element. Right now I have clicked on the roof. Go to this option of displace elements. And then you will get the control option and then just displace. You can now move it wherever you want. And you can actually use this path command to show the path of displacement. Okay. Now let's say if you move this wall, click on displace element and move it. Now when you click on this, again you have the option of showing the path of displacement. All right. So this is how you can show like a display, basically an exploded view. This is how you can show. You can click on elements, displace them by this tiny option, displace element option, which is present over here, and you can displace them and show the path. But always make sure after you have displaced the element, don't let it be in the 3D default option. Go and lock your view and name it as exploded view. Okay. Now this is your exploded view. Okay. Now when again I go back to my default 3D, it is back to normal. So make sure that after you have done some changes in a view, you lock it as a separate view. Otherwise, it will be there in the default setting room. All right. Now, this was the way how you can create whatever you're seeing in your screen, in your workspace, how to create that view into how to create whatever you're looking at into a proper 3D view in your project browser, and how to create the exploded view as well. So we have learned these two important things for now. Now, another important thing is how to get the perspective views. So for that, go to view. Under view, you have 3D view, this house icon. Click on this, go to camera. Okay, you have something called camera. Click on camera. Now you will see that it has a level, at which level you want to place the camera, what should be the offset from that level, all these things are mentioned. Now you will click and drag, and then again click. See, you got the view of the perspective, like whatever perspective view you have, you will get that for your building. Now you can change the height of the camera by changing the eye elevation, And then you can also change the target elevation, like at what height the camera should be pointing. You can change that target elevation also from here. Okay, so once you're done with these things, your view is, and this you will, if you pay attention, you will see that 3D view 1, the view is already created, a separate view is already created, 3D view 1. Okay, so this is how you do it. I'll show it once again. Either in 3D view or floor plan, you can just go, click on the camera, place a camera, drag and click, you will get a view. And automatically your 3D view is created. Okay, now this was how to create the 3D view by using a camera. Now we have seen how to create the 3D views. So this is my 3D view. How do I get a render out of it? So is there anybody who has used any rendering tool before?
Lumion, ma'am.
Lumion, ma'am.
Okay.
Lumion.
Okay, okay. So I think everybody, like most of you have used Lumion only, right? So if you know Lumion, then over there it's like a proper rendering software, and you will see that over there it's like, you know, everything is out there and the output is so amazing. But do not expect anything like that from Revit, because Revit is actually not meant for rendering purpose. You will have to take this file into any other rendering software, let's say Lumion, and then you will have to take out the realistic render. In this one, you will see when I open the rendering settings also, you will see that the settings are going to be very basic. So first you go to any of your views. Let's say this one I have selected. Now under view only, you have something called render. Click on render. Okay. Now under render, you have only these options. So first thing is the quality. Always keep it to best, but for now, because I don't want my system to take time, so I'll choose draft. Output setting, the resolution should be 300 dpi. Okay, but for now, I'll just keep it to screen. Light scheme, exterior sun. Sun setting is also already there. Background, image, this we will do later. But for now, only this much setting is available for your rendering. Now you do render. This is what you get. Now you have to adjust the exposure, and like if you want to highlight, you can highlight it. If you want the shadow, you can apply the shadow or something. And if you want to get back the settings, you can do reset also. So once you're done with this, do OK. Now your render is ready. Now what you have to do is, this is your image. Now you have two options. Revit is giving you two options. Either you can export this image outside the Revit, or you can save it to the project. So first I'll export it. Wherever you want to export, export it. And then I want to save this image to the project also. So click on Save to Project. And it will tell you that rendered images are saved in the rendering branch of project. So whatever was name of the view, _1. This is the rendering name. Now you can change it also whatever you want. You can change it and OK. Now basically under your rendering option, you will always find this rendered image. Okay, so this is how simple it is to get renders in Revit. But then as you saw, it is nothing close to realistic render. You can have the conceptual level rendering done in Revit for the presentation purpose, nothing more than that. Now, we have seen the rendering, how to create the view, how to create the render. We have seen these two options as well. Now I'm going to show you how to create a walkthrough in Revit. Now again, even the walkthrough part is not going to be very helpful for you all, because again, even with the walkthrough, the quality of walkthrough, the rendering quality will be like this only, no? So it's better that you use any other better tool. But just so that you know, I'll tell you how to create it. Go to a site plan, let's say. Now go to view. Under 3D view, you have something called walkthrough. Click on walkthrough. Now you have to click to create your way. What is your pathway? Okay, this is your pathway. Then escape. And your pathway is created. Okay, now once this is created, you do edit walkthrough. Remember that you created it, you made it, and then you press escape. Now you go to edit walkthrough. Over here, you will see these red dots. Now these red dots are going to define the keyframe of each and every like keyframes defined for the walkthrough. So wherever you clicked to place the camera, those are called the keyframes. Now for any video, if you know, like all the videos are basically certain frames running at certain number of frames running per second, so that it looks like a motion graphic. So even over here, you have these things as the keyframes. Joining the keyframes, you have the other frames which Revit automatically generates to connect the keyframe, and then you get this entire thing, the entire visual out of it. Okay. So now, right now you're seeing this camera and it is placed at this keyframe. This is the pink anchor which is over here. This is going to see your target point. So this is your target point, and increase the coverage of your camera. So you have to go to each and every keyframe by using this navigation, previous keyframe, next keyframe, and set the camera. Okay, so this way you set your camera on each and every keyframe point. Now over here you will see that this is my first frame, this first keyframe, because from here only I started creating my walkthrough. So this is my first frame. If you click on the 300, you will get the frame setting. See, total 9 keyframes are there. And it is also telling you how many like frames are attached, and like, you know, how 300 frames are generated. So your total number of frames are there. Frames per second is there. That's how the total time of your entire walkthrough is going to be determined. And right now it is uniform speed. Like for each and every keyframe, the speed of camera is same. You can change it and you can accelerate it also. If you want to accelerate at certain point, certain keyframe, you can do that also. And apply OK. Now once you're done with creating your editing the frame setting also, now what you have to do, open walkthrough. Now just change your crop. This is the crop region basically. Extend your crop region. And if you click anywhere else, no, automatically Revit gives you the option of quit walkthrough. So do close it. And then do play. Okay, so this is your walkthrough. You can change the speed and everything by reducing the frames per second and all those things you can do. So you can change the speed of the video also. Now, how to get this walkthrough out of the system? So you go to File, Export, Image and Animation, Walkthrough. Here it will ask you whether you want to export all the frames. Yes. If there's a certain part of walkthrough which you want to export, you can do that also. Then under format, you have to see the visual style, what visual style you want. You have the rendering option as well. It will render the entire thing, or you have other visual styles. And then dimensions are there. Then do OK. And it will ask for the location. That's it. And then do save. Okay, this is how you get your walkthrough. Now, once the walkthrough is created, see, another folder is created over here named as walkthrough, and a walkthrough is there. You can do right click, show camera, so that you can edit the walkthrough. So anytime you can edit the walkthrough also. By just right clicking on it, show camera, you can edit the walkthrough. Okay. Alright guys, so these are the topics which have to be covered for today. For tomorrow, I think we can start from 7:30 only. We don't need to have 2-hour session because majority of the topics I have covered today which needed to be covered. Tomorrow we will see how to compose a sheet, which is very important, how to compose a sheet and how to take out, convert it into PDF file. We will see that. See, guys, I know today I have been like really fast, but then we had to do it because we were going a bit slow since a few classes. So do one thing, the topics are not hard at all. You have already covered all the hard topics previously. So these are now, today and tomorrow, only easy topics are there. So I want all of you to go through the video, today's video again, and then tell me if you have any doubt related to it, just let me know. Okay?
Ma'am,
Yeah?
will you teach how to make custom title blocks tomorrow?
Yeah, that's what. Tomorrow we are going to see how to make the title blocks. That's the sheet layout, no?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. And people who
Can we start
join
by
late- what?
Can we start by 7 tomorrow? We'll just clarify the doubts.
You want to start by 7 tomorrow? Then I'll do one thing. I'll start by 7, and then I'll finish off the first. I'll finish off all the topics, and then we will clarify the doubts.
Okay.
Okay. And anyway,
Okay.
if you have any doubt, just send me a message. I'll be there to help you out anyway. So go through the video, and if you have any doubt, and then just like ping me once, and I'll help you out. Okay. All right. So I know it's too much, but then just like for today, only it was like so many topics had to be covered. So just go through the video, everybody. If you have any doubt, then let me know. And then I'll see you all tomorrow. Okay, I'll see you all at 7 only. Then I'll start early only. Okay. All right then. That's it for today, guys. Thank you. Bye bye. Good night.
Ma'am.